Hey awesome friends, I am Awesome Danny. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about this guy right here, the Aful Explorer. And what are we exploring, you might ask? Well, looks like space. So I'm not entirely sure why they went with this name. I was enjoying the whole Performer 5 and then, Performer 8, and then Magic 1 was in Performer 1, and this guy's not Performer 3. They got bored of using the Performer name or something, I guess. So first of all, I want to thank whoever is touring this. It might be HiFiGo. I believe it's HiFiGo. Editor, please put right here whoever is touring this set. All right, thank you. Aful Explorer. I keep wanting to say Performer. Aful Explorer, not Performer. But how does it perform? Well, we'll get into that after we go over some details of the set. So first of all, we have a single dynamic driver plus 2 balanced armature setup for the driver configuration. And this set comes in at $119. So 120 bucks. And what do you get in the box? Well, unboxing is actually fairly simple, but still nice. Smaller size box than like the Performer 5 or Performer 8, which is fine. I mean, Performer 5 had a lot of wasted space there, so they can condense it down a bit. That's fine. Save some material and save some space. Right when you open the box itself, you're greeted by the IMs and the case. And in that case, you have a couple sets of silicone ear tips and a cable. So the case is actually really nice. It's like one of the stereotypical round zippered cases that you see a lot, except it's like way better material. It actually feels like leather, and it has a little loop in case you want to like strap it onto something. But overall case is the shape and size of what you usually get. It just feels a lot nicer. Cable is actually really nice. I really like this stock cable. It is a 2-core cable, very similar to the shoelace cable that I really like from Zin's, just in the design and the shape, not in the feel. This cable's a little bit on the sturdier side. It does hold a little bit of kink, a little stiff, I guess, but not that bad. Just overall, the cable's great. It's really nice. It's pretty. I feel like it fits the set because the set itself is blue and vibrant, sparkly, and the cable's quite neutral. As for the ear tips, they're good. I'm actually a very big fan of the Aful stock ear tips that have been on their Performer 5, Performer 8, and the Magic 1, and now on this set. Aful, if you're watching this, please, I need more ear tips. I used your ear tips for a lot of sets. Please, I'll do anything. Now, going back to the set itself, the IEM shells are very small, ergonomic, and just kind of disappear. Nozzle is on the smaller side, 5.5 millimeters, which is funny to think of that as the smaller side. Well, I mean, especially since most nozzles are like nearing 7 millimeters these days. These are small ear approved and very comfortable. Also, Aful does a really good job with pressure management. Like any set that they make, just relieves pressure very well and becomes a very comfortable fit. Those of you guys that are, sensitive or find discomfort in IEMs, maybe try Aful. Really good. Not sure how they do it, but everybody should. All right, let's go ahead and move on to some sound impressions. First, here is a graph for you guys to sniff. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Graph, graph, graph. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Graph, graph, graph. All right, so we're going to do something different today. I want to start including keywords for the sound signature. So basically, I want to try to keep it as neutral as possible, but just to better help describe the overall sound signature at a glance. So this is the keywords that we have for the Explorer: dark, smooth, blunted, dulled, velvety, viscous, and muffled. So again, take these neutrally. Not bad or not good. I'm just trying to get my point across as well as I can, because since I can't hear stuff for you, I'm just trying to do my best to communicate my experience. So let's go ahead and get into the bass itself. Bass is front-ended. what I mean by that, it's mostly focused on the mid bass. There's not a ton of rumble or boost in the sub bass. It is front ended, as more focus on the mid bass over the sub bass. Mid bass is very thick, sort of rounded and soft, not super soft. It's kind of between, you know, the hard and punchy and the soft and pillowy. It's a good in between. So overall, bass is, you know, big there, not super rumbly, and softer, not as concise as similar sets. Now going on to the mids, I will say that these are just full on the lush side. It's not even in between or just thicker. Like when I say there's note weight here, like it's heavy, like there is no weight here. So you get a lot of body in the mids. All instruments are very full bodied, very lush, smooth and velvety. But making our way into the treble doesn't extend very much, and it's not very much to begin with. So it is low amount of treble, and then it rolls off just enough to give it a little bit of sense of clarity, but it just, like I said, it just ends up becoming very dark. It just makes for dull, low energy, low bite type of presentation. So vocals, like male vocals, are very lush. They're okay, like they're copable. Female vocals don't have any bite, so they're lush, they're smooth, but then they're just kind of feeling a little bit cut off and not much energy or definement to them. And that's the same with any of those instruments that you associate with, you know, having a little bit of aggression and bite to define their sound. So like trumpets, a lot of horns, a lot of flutes, a lot of like electric guitars too. It's just overall they are tuned back quite a bit. Now moving on to the text, all around texts are not what this set is trying to do. So overall texts are probably below price point as in regards to performance, but doesn't feel like it's a shortcoming though. It's almost deliberate. Like it's not that this set can't do that, it's just not designed to. The drivers feel capable, the sound is just designed to be the way it is. So don't expect a lot of impressive and wowing text. This is for a chill, mellow listen, not super concise details, okay imaging, adequate note weight, even too much in some cases. And then just stage feels like you have overall that indoor concert hall type of feel. The music just sounds like you're inside, you're in a concert hall. There's a lot of carpeting everywhere, a lot of drapes, curtains, whatever, and there's just a really dark background to the music, and everything just kind of gets sucked into the void. Very unique experience, and it actually reminds me of the set we're going to compare it to today, which is the Lecture Galileo. I know a lot of people just like look at the Galileo and probably sniff the graph and they're like, well, where's my air? Well, if they were having trouble sniffing that graph, they're going to suffocate with the Explorer. The Explorer has even less air than the Galileo. Galileo has a little bit more intensity going into the upper mid range as well, so it pushes a little bit more clarity forward. And then it doesn't have the emphasis on the mid bass that the Explorer has. So note weight is still adequate. It doesn't feel light or thin, but it is lighter and thinner than the Explorer. Also, Galileo has a little bit more of that sub bass rumble that works better for my library, so I still prefer Galileo over the Explorer for my usual library. Explorer was really nice in stuff that was just more natural and something that you want to just melt away into. So a lot of orchestral stuff. In my opinion, it did not do well for rock at all. It was a very weird experience using the Explorer on rock. It just had too much mid bass, overall just dulled and muffled, and then no energy in the upper region. So it was a very weird experience. But overall, compared to Galileo, build quality is similar, accessories pretty similar, price pretty close. It's just a different flavor on that take of that dark background indoor concert hall feel. I would prefer the Galileo over the Explorer personally for my music library, but I can see how the Explorer will have its own target audience. And that brings us to the rec rating of the Aful Explorer. Just to be quite honest with you guys, I don't like this set. Everything about it is amazing except for the sound. For me, the sound is just not my thing. I think it's good sound. I think it does a good job at what it's trying to do, just not something I would listen to. Overall, my rec rating would be a 2. It is very unique, but probably niche type of tuning. It is cool to see this type of unique offering at this price point and it doing it well, but it's not for everybody and it's not going to work for everything. And overall, the package is great. So it is a good product. Just think about that tuning. If that tuning sounds appealing to you, then this is a good deal. It's a solid product and it does the sound that it's trying to do well. That's it, guys. If you enjoy the content, please consider liking and subscribing. We are trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Probably do more giveaways once we hit that number. I have a lot of stuff here I can get rid of, so maybe we can do like a little awesome bundle, or I can do a couple of IEMs, maybe some ear tip cases, some Sunny stickers, candy, something. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what kind of stuff you would like to see in a possible giveaway. We're pretty close. We might make it to 2,000 by the end of the year. So thanks guys for all your help. And that's it. I am Awesome Danny, and until next time, you stay awesome, friends. Bye.
Why do I feel like I linger between the words to say the words to remember?